Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and I'm going through the collection, just doing a little sorting. And as I was sorting through some of my GameCube games, I realized that there are some times where a game will get a re-release on a modern console, or a game will get some type of port, or it'll be added to an online store, and that will in turn impact the overall value of the either the original physical copy of the game or just all physical versions of the game altogether. And then there are instances where a game will get a re-release, and for whatever reason, the price of the game either holds true, or in some cases, the value actually goes up. And I've got just two small examples right here, and we can extrapolate from a number of other examples, but I figured we'd go with the GameCube just because one, the GameCube has been one of the hottest consoles to collect for the last 5 years. It's been everyone's new favorite console. Um, and two, Nintendo has announced that they'll be bringing the GameCube library to their Switch Online service via an expansion pack or an expansion service that will allow customers to play GameCube games. And so it's clear that we're going to start getting some of these games made available, even if it's just virtually through Nintendo. And so whenever we see something like that happen, a lot of people wonder what's going to happen to the pricing. Well, we have Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which Paper Mario got a re-release either a year or 2 years ago on the Switch, right? And what we saw was that the value of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the GameCube, it didn't tank necessarily, like it didn't just drop all the way down to $20, but it's been on like this slow and steady decline, going from being in the low 60s into the mid 50s, and now I want to say it's somewhere in the low 50s. It is probably just going to continue to drop down until it probably gets somewhere down into the either into the low 40s, mid 30s. I think that's probably where Paper Mario will settle at on the GameCube. I can't see this game being like a $20 game. I just don't see it. Especially because, when I look at a game like Super Mario Sunshine, which got a re-release via the Mario All-Stars or the Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch. While yes, Mario Sunshine isn't like a $50 to $60 game, it still holds true as like a $35 to $40 game. And I think that would be the floor as far as the price for the physical game for a game like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. So we see Paper Mario Thousand Year Door got a release on the Switch, and now the price of the physical copy is slowly inching down. But then you look at a game like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Now, Wind Waker got a re-release on the Wii U, right? So there's a Wii U version of this game. I'm not sure if there are any other digital ways of playing the Wind Waker. If there are, you guys can let me know down in the comments. But The Legend of Zelda did get a re-release, but for whatever reason, the price of the Wind Waker has either held true or has gone up. Because right now, listings for this game are anywhere between $75 and $85, and I don't really see signs of it dropping down at all. Now, you could say, well, Y2K, there's a big difference between a game getting a re-release on the Wii U versus getting a re-release on the Switch. And, that's true, right? That is very true. No, I don't think anyone's really plugging up their Wii U to play the Wii U these days, especially since a lot of the games that you probably, or let me not speak for everyone, a lot of the games that I've kept my Wii U for, they've already been moved to the Switch. The main game that I was really holding on to my Wii U for was Xenoblade Chronicles X, and that's gotten a re-release on the Switch. So outside of Xenoblade Chronicles X, I want to say the only other game that I held on to it for was Rodea, Sky Soldier, and some of those Mario games that are usually locked to the console that they came out on. So, for instance, Super Smash Bros. Wii U. We're not going to get a re-release of Super Smash Bros. Wii U because that is a game that was dedicated to the Wii U. Same thing with Paper Mario Color Splash. Like that, I'm pretty sure that's going to stay on the Wii U. There are certain games that just stay on their systems. Now, maybe in the future, if Nintendo decides to do an expansion pack that includes the Wii U on the Switch Online service, then maybe you'll get to play Smash Bros. Wii U and Paper Mario Color Splash on that expansion service. Although I don't really see a lot of people doing that. I don't know why anyone would go back to that Smash Bros, especially when it's considered to be like the worst Smash Bros of all time. But you guys can let me know how you feel about that in the comments. My main point being that some of these games get either more expensive in price and some drop in price. And we haven't seen a re-release of The Wind Waker on the Switch yet. Maybe we'll see something like that on the Switch too. We don't know. But I'm interested to see how that impacts the price of a game like The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. And, you know, when it comes to the GameCube and GameCube games, there are still a lot of games in the GameCube library that I just really can't see getting any type of port or release digitally. Just so many games, due to licensing issues, due to certain restrictions that just these games aren't gonna be made available online. And I think that because of that, there's a much bigger reason to hang on to your physical GameCube, more so than a console like the Wii U. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who spent a lot of time between 2021 and 2023 collecting full Wii U sets. And those people are going to die on their Wii U hill, proclaiming that the Wii U is worth collecting and all that stuff. And I'm not here to dissuade anyone otherwise. I just personally don't see a reason outside of like modding. You know, a lot of people, when they talk about the Wii U, they say it's a great console to mod and hack and all this stuff. And they say the same thing about the Wii as well. You know, the Wii and the Wii U, they're great consoles to mod and hack. You can do so much. I'm just speaking about these consoles from a stock, non-modded, non-configured perspective, right? Because not many people are going to have either the time, ability, capability, patience to go and start modding and hacking and tweaking with their system. Most people are just going to plug it up and play it. And I think from a plug and play standpoint, the Switch is ultimately rendering the Wii U useless. I mean, I don't see it. You guys can let me know. Maybe I'm absolutely wrong. Maybe I don't know enough about the Wii U. Maybe I need to plug it up and play it some more. But in my opinion, it's completely different from a console like the GameCube or even the Wii for that matter, which just both of those consoles have much more robust libraries. Even if you want to say that the Wii has tons of shovelware on it, that might be true, but there's still a lot of good stuff available on the Wii. And it's just, I don't know, it's less cumbersome. You know, you don't have to deal with the Wii pad, and the Wii U pad is cool and everything. But again, it's just, I don't know. But back to the GameCube, it's very interesting to see how the prices differ in terms of some games going up and some games going down when they get these digital releases. And I'm interested to know ultimately how you think the GameCube library is going to respond as we see more, not only digital releases via the GameCube expansion pack, but as we start to see some more of these games get physical releases on the Switch and the Switch 2 for that matter. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. It's going to be an interesting but relaxed Saturday, just doing some more sorting. But that does it for me. I'm the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.